It was OSU got out-coached, outplayed.
Lucas Raymond is also from Sweden, so he's an 8-time goal scorer for one of those 2 games they have in Sweden. So I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of the 2. So lock that in.
This doesn't make any sense. I was pissed. Fumble recovery happened. I'm going to be honest, I turned off the game. I checked back in. That was fine.
D-backs here, baby. Come on.
They're walking up to the table blind. I'm betting fucking blind. Welcome back to Sharps Sports Podcast, episode number 8. The boys are back on another Wednesday evening to give you all of your NFL, NBA, NHL, and sports recap for the weekend, the holiday weekend that was. We got all 4 of the boys. We got McDilly, we got Tycho, we got the Wanderer, and we have Luke. But we are going to kick it off with just me and the Wanderer and start it off with some bats and some balls. Good old baseball.
I thought we were talking rugby.
You thought we were talking about what?
And baseball.
Yeah, sorry, I got you all excited just to do this, but it will be real quick, I promise. We just have a couple things. So, MLB free agency is always happening. Still a lot of good people to be taken, and there's some people that also have been taken. So, starting off with the lower type of moves, because the reason we're talking about them is because they're my Blue Jays, is the fact that the Blue Jays got Kevin Kiermaier back on a 1-year deal, and they also got Isaiah Kiner-Falefa from the Blue Jays. And these are moves that, in my opinion, if Ohtani was never in the conversation, I would be so excited. But it just makes me sad that we were talking about getting Ohtani and then said, couldn't get him. Guess we'll get Isaiah Kiner-Falefa and Kiermaier.
It was never going to happen. So don't think about it like that. Be happy with what you have.
No.
Now, rumor.
I wanted Vladdy and Shohei. That's all I ever wanted.
I bet you didn't. I respect it, understand it, but it didn't happen.
No, it didn't. But a more notable move that did happen is Mitch Garver from the Texas Rangers went over to the Seattle Mariners, an all-star catcher, now over in Seattle, a World Series winning catcher, might add, as he just won it with the Texas Rangers, and now he's going over to Seattle, like I've said now 4 times. Jesse, do you have any thoughts on this move?
Seattle makes weird moves. This is a good move, but I feel like they will do something else to hurt themselves before the season starts. Therefore, we'll see. Lucius does not agree with it, though, I can tell you that.
He's not happy with it?
No, doesn't believe it.
I think he's got enough pop in his bat where he'll give you 20 homers and 70 RBIs, but I'm not going to make any bold predictions saying that this just changed Seattle's season. So we'll see what happens. And then the final move we'll talk about, because we meant to talk about it last podcast, but honestly, just there was no news, so I wasn't going to make just one news thing. But Yoshinobu Yamamoto has officially signed to the Los Angeles Dodgers and will be joining that pitching rotation. Yeah, I mean, he's a great – I'll just start because I'm going to just put bias aside here and just say he's a great pitcher. He is one of the best arms to come out of Japan since Shohei Ohtani, who they just obviously signed. And with Tyler Glasnow also being signed and Bobby Miller, they have a great rotation in terms of young guys, new guys, veterans, and I really like that rotation just from, a standpoint of getting. I know Shohei is not pitching this year, but I'm still saying with Walker Buehler in that spot, they'll be fine. But back to just but back to being biased real quick. Fuck. Damn it. Of course he went to the Dodgers, and Tyler's World Series bet just keeps getting juicier by the goddamn day. Every fucking day they sign a new player where Tyler's just like, oh, look at that. My bet.
I mean, look, you're looking at a $100 bet here. We're looking at a $103 cash out, and I placed it 2 weeks ago, and we haven't played any baseball at all. I like that.
God's trolling me. I literally just got a notification. Check out Yamamoto, first look in his new Dodgers jersey. I know, I don't want to. No, I don't. I'm actually not looking at it at all. I am just checking to see if there's any other news. There is not. That was baseball. But Tyler has something else that he snuck in here, and that is that the Savannah Banana got their own cruise. So I'm going to need you to do a little.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So everyone knows the Savannah Banana is one of the greatest baseball commodities that have ever existed and one of the most exciting teams to watch if you're going just to watch baseball with the kids, have a good time, right? Well, it's getting much bigger than that. So the Savannah Bananas are now the baseball team with their own cruise. The Bananas are launching their own cruise to the Bahamas in October of 2024 called Banana Land at Sea, with packages that range anywhere from $2,000 to $30,000. Okay, it gets better. Banana Land at Sea will begin with it will be a 4-night Bahamas cruise that will kick off with a Bananas game taking place at Miami Marlins Stadium. The cruise will feature performances, meet and greets, games, parties, yoga, workouts, and more with Savannah Bananas stars. The ship is the Norwegian Jade, a $390 million ship, fits 2,800 people, and has a casino, pool, hot tubs, sports courts, and more. It will also go to ports of call, include the Bahamian capital of Nassau, plus Great Stirrup Cay, a private island for the cruise's guests. All of this offered by the Savannah Bananas, not even a professional team. What do you guys think?
I think that their whole thing was just that we're not going to just be baseball. We're going to be the most entertaining form of
they also
baseball.
Have not 80% is already sold. It's almost sold out already.
Well, no, what I'm saying is their whole thing is they provide entertainment. They're an entertainment product. As if you go see a circus or a rodeo or whatever that be. But the difference is they do that product by still playing a sport that people are well known and it's America's game, and they just turned it into something that people that honestly don't really like baseball will still go and enjoy. And I think the fact that they're now branching that out and making money off of it in other ways and bigger opportunities, good for them, bro. Because you know what that tells me? It tells me they made enough money doing this to where people like it, and I guess they've made it in terms of what their goal probably was. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
happy for them.
They're an off-brand WWE.
Yeah. Yes, they're WWE in baseball form. But the people love it. Now let's talk about a little bit of NBA starting off just I'm just going to – the amount of Ja slander that Jesse had to take last year, all the good things that are happening right now, I want him to just have these for him because he deserves them. Grizzlies with Ja, 4-0. Since he's been back, they were 6-19 in a spot. I came here, I said on the podcast, I want to see what their record's going to do. They're now 10-19, and they've been rolling.
Hey, they needed their star. That's all I'm going to say. Who would Dallas be without Luke? 6-19.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Pre-Kyrie. Maybe with Kyrie, it could be a little different because they'll be like, guess I got to take 36 shots.
He'll do it, though. He'll do that shit, no problem. But at the end of the day, I just want to know, is this something where you think that when the season's over, you're going to be looking back and saying, thank God they got Ja, because that's what saved their season and got them to wherever it is, play-in, playoffs.
That's what got them as the returning 7th seed.
All right. Very fair statement.
You heard it here. 7th seed. That's where we will be going.
I could see that happening. I could very well see them getting in that play-in. Another little piece of NBA news that I wanted to talk about is the fact that for 3 straight days, every day I have went on Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, and seen a new trade proposal that the Lakers have been talking about. So we'll start with the most likely in terms of money being offered, and then we'll just start talking about the other ones that we've heard. Okay? So the first one that has been the most talked about from Shams and reported, blah, blah, blah. DeJounte Murray from the Atlanta Hawks. They have said that they have been looking at packages for Austin Reeves, first-round picks, and this would be for DeJounte Murray, and the Lakers have been expressing a lot of interest. So, if DeJounte Murray went to the Lakers, that could be crazy. But before you comment on that, the second one that I want to point out that I also just thought was very funny is none other than Draymond Green. Draymond Green has been in talks. We know that it has been a meme on the internet that he loves to glaze LeBron, but this might actually become a reality. So thoughts on if either one of those came true and just thoughts overall. I think you're muted.
I am.
Okay, I was like, I think my AirPods are broken.
If the Lakers get DeJounte Murray and keep AD and keep D'Angelo Russell, that's spooky. Not gonna lie. I would like to see them always have a shooting guard because I feel like they haven't had somebody to score so that LeBron can play like more of an assist style besides Davis. So I'd like that. Draymond, no, unnecessary.
Draymond, I think, would be hilarious because everybody knows that. I feel like the memes of him and LeBron, just whether it be at practice or just before the game, when I imagine he's doing the chalk shit and Draymond's right next to him, like a little kid. I just feel like the memes, for me personally, I want to see it.
I get that for you, but for the goddamn ball, I don't want
to. For the ball, does it matter? He could go to a shit team and just start fighting. He could go to a good team and be a liability.
Yes. It does matter. He only belongs in one place, and one place only, and that's Golden State. If he's not playing in Golden State, he needs to retire. That's how I feel. All righty.
I think that's all that needs to be said on NBA. So now we will move into best bets with Tycho. Never mind. We got to talk about this. We live in Michigan, okay, people? So we honestly try to mentally block this shit out of our heads, but it's very hard not to when you make history like this. So, you know. The Detroit Pistons have officially made history and have lost 27 straight NBA regular season basketball games. This is a record that I believe was it the 05 Cavs, I want to say. That's just off the top of my head that I want to say had the 16 or 26, I mean. But I'm not going to sit here and just start, saying new shit. All I can really say is the obvious. Cade Cunningham is a great basketball player. I feel really bad for that man. That I think that all that really needs to be said is look into the eyes of this man right here and tell me that he is okay. Because there is no way that this man is okay with what is happening. And he's trying to tell this ain't us, man. This ain't me, man. And Cade is slowly, day by day, losing his fucking mind. And I don't blame him. Any good man would.
Hey.
Front office is sorry as well. Sorry as fuck. Nepotism at its finest.
Very depressing what's going on in Detroit. Going on here. I wish I could talk about it like I wasn't here for this specific issue.
Right?
Okay.
I wish I could talk about them like how we talk about the A's, but now we are the basketball A's. We're worse than the A's, actually.
I don't know when we'll win another game, and that's the problem. Because
if we will.
If the Nets don't want to be the team that loses to us, I don't think any team wants to.
Toronto's coming to town next weekend.
We're only an 18 and a point. We're only 18 and a half point underdogs against
players.
Boston tonight.
Yeah,
only 18 and a half points.
Light us up. Imagine if that's the game we win. Oh my God.
You know what, bro? Stop. I don't even want to say that because I feel like there's so many people, especially bettors. I feel bad for bettors because when they were probably losing like 9 or 10 games in a row, there's probably somebody that's like, oh, they're due for a win. I'm betting them till they hit. And then we're now at 27. So like, and there's probably more than one person who tried to do some shit like that. That's who I really feel bad for. I feel bad for the bettors, especially bettors who are trying to make money on Pistons. But if you're a smart bettor, then you just made the right choice and stayed away after like 10 losses.
Yeah, Pistons even covered the spread on their last game they lost to break the record. They covered the spread, but they did lose the game. So 27 in a row. Doesn't nothing to do with covering spreads. So whatever. What are you gonna do?
All right. And then now we can head into the best bet segment with Tycho.
I can't wait to lose 56 games in a row and not get the first pick.
When we don't get the first pick, it's just gonna be all bad.
We're gonna be the worst team the NBA has ever seen.
Hey, you know what's the funniest part, Jesse? Adam Silver's gonna look at that shit and he's gonna go, "There's no problem with the system. They just got unlucky."
He's gonna go, "Oh no."
And we're supposed to believe him.
Can I change it? Please change it. I'm gonna get let up this year. I can't.
We're gonna get the fucking We're gonna get the 3 and somebody's gonna die. I swear, it's gonna be so bad.
But
Sorry.
I can't soak in that pain yet. Let's get away from it.
Yeah,
You can't get enough right now.
you can't escape it.
Nowhere to go.
All right, Tycho, this is all you, brother.
Yes, sir. Make sure we get it loaded up in here the right way. Make sure it presents itself.
And okay.
All right. First up, here we go. We have best bets with Matt Garcia placing a couple of good plays here. As you guys can see, let me just get the Pistons off the screen. God, sorry about that. No one wants to look at the Pistons for any longer than they have to. I'm sorry. Whatever. All right. We'll start it off from the beginning here. Matt Garcia, man, have yourself a day. I mean, there was a lot of bets that were put on the app this weekend that cashed. So, I mean, shout out to you if you had one. Matt Garcia, first one up. Shout out to you. There is a big bet in here, so we'll get to that at some point as well. You'll see. It doesn't seem to be working. Is it working for anyone else that isn't me?
No, we can all see what you see.
Are you talking about the scores? I mean the bet, because I can only see one bet.
I think he's trying to say there's supposed to be another bet showing up, but we're still on the first one.
Yeah, I don't think we're working here.
Yeah, I'm still seeing Garcia's.
All right. Option number 2. If you had a best bet, you'll get it later in the podcast.
Okay, I was gonna say, well, what is it? You're teasing me there.
I didn't realize option number 2 is going to take a second. So
I don't have a best bet.
we'll get back to best bets. We'll come back to it. It's all good. But after best bets, we are going to do something a little special. We haven't really dove into our fantasy football league that we do personally. However, we're going to dive into our fantasy football league that we do personally. I have made the championship. I'm facing one of our good friends, Ryan Bookout. We are facing off.
Good luck.
After both going nuts last week, I just hope that we can both muster up 70 points this week because that's just how these things work. So whoever can continue to be good, I guess, congratulations. But what I really want to highlight is the punishment for our fantasy football league this year. Punishment for this year is if you lose, you have to go into the dog cage. And once you're in the dog cage, every member of the league gets to pour something onto you of their choice while you sit in the dog cage. So, fighting for this year's dog cage punishment, we have 2 teams. 2 teams fighting for it are Dylan's team, sadly, and one good buddies. Now, we don't have one of
6
these
and 10. He's
but if we
3
did-
and 11. Now that makes sense.
But if we did, here you go. However, it is Hernandez killing it, taking on the strong, independent women. Dylan, it's tough that you had to be in the spot, but here you are. We got actually clips from each member of each team. GMs sent a little message, so we'll start with Jake, and then we have one from Dylan as well. A little pregame talk before someone has to end up in a dog cage.
All right, Dylan, here we go. Let's keep it real short. As bad as my team's been this year, you're the only one who hasn't beat me. I'm 2-0 against you. On the account of my team being in last all year, yeah, for most of the year, yeah, I can't disagree with that. I won 3 games at the end of the year, though, and made a small playoff push. Made a good little scare for everybody. As much as everyone may say I drafted poorly, I disagree. I feel confident with my team. And I think it's time to send you to the dog cage. You're the whole beginning to this punishment skipping scandal thing between everybody. I'm gonna make sure you do it. You're overdue, kid. Good luck having fun, bud.
Jake, I'm going to be pretty blunt. You drafted bad from the start. Your team was never good. You started in last place. You stayed in last place. You have consistently been the worst team in the league, bar none. And all I have to do is just prove what we already know, which is your team sucks, you're going in the dog cage, and I will be happy to be the man to send you there.
A few words or a few moments of silence because I'm going to miss this puppy. My team has been mediocre all year. It was trying to become the double champ, but then, my stars wanted to be on teams with the worst quarterbacks and the worst coaches. And, it was a good run. I'll have it nice, spick and span. If it's not this pod is probably going to be the next pod on Saturday. This will be gone from the corner. It will be out of my hands until next year.
Get it out of his hands.
Until next year. I still have a chance to become the first double champ in the league.
You do.
But
nothing's done yet.
Nothing
is done yet. Plenty of fantasy football
Tyler,
left.
I hope you win.
Thank you. But there's still an opportunity for Luke if I don't win. However, we have NFL Week 15 results to get to.
Sir.
We will dive into that next.
What is happening is Michigan's going to get this dub.
And that's exactly what I saw. I got my money's worth. I didn't pay a dime. It was free. I should have had to pay for that shit. It was unbelievable.
In that situation, you just fade the green.
Kirk Cousins back to throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson.
Play half as good as they did last week in this season and still come out on. I lost count how many interception clips there were.
I felt like we kept watching the same one over and over, but it was always a different.
Walker on first down. It's picked off. What a play. Lorenzo.
Remember the ecstatic excitement and rage-filled little man's rant so that we can laugh at him.
If the Titans never got Derrick Henry, Dylan wouldn't even know Tennessee had a football team. I swear to God.
Okay, let's get into it. Starting off week number 16, we got to go to Saturday before we get to Sunday. Starting off, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jake Browning threw the ball 40 times. Sounds right. Had 300 passing yards. Sounds right. But then he had 3 interceptions.
Well, now all of a sudden we can't hear you. All right, Jesse, your thoughts on this game?
I don't know what happened. Browning I don't know. I knew it was all bad and over the minute I watched the second interception happen, where he was rushing out on his right, and he threw the ball 10 yards past Irwin. I was like, oh, that's the game we're having this early? I don't think we're winning anymore. And we did not most definitely win that game.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Studio.
Yeah, you're good now.
But yeah, no, that was ugly. Go you, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, all I said was that when the Steelers defense when the Steelers defense does their job, 9 times out of 10 they win the football game. And they did their job. They got the turnovers and they forced the pressure. And yeah. Just how that their offense also did something as well. Because for some reason, when you take Kenny Pickett out of the fucking starting quarterback position and you put in Mason Rudolph and Mitch Trubisky, 400-yard game and fucking 35 points. And it's so crazy.
Look, Dylan, who guided Santa's sleigh?
Who saved Christmas on that foggy winter night?
Mason the red-nosed reindeer. I know. Rudolph.
You're damn right. It only makes perfect sense. It was scripted from the beginning. If you were smart and you took Pittsburgh money line, you're welcome.
I'm a little disappointed to say Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, just because his last name is literally Rudolph, but you won't face it. Okay.
He's correct, even though he's wrong, but he's correct.
Sorry. Anyways, next game that also took place on Saturday, because there was only 2, was a lot closer than I think most people thought it was. Buffalo and the Chargers. Buffalo came away with a win, but the Chargers covered, and they were covering the entire game. 24-22 was the final.
Almost
Thoughts?
won. They almost won.
They almost did.
Buffalo. I don't understand you. You guys play so trash against trash teams. It's crazy. And then when you could beat good teams, you choke. But then you guys are all over the place. I just never know.
What was it? Was I talking about this? Was I talking about this with you, Ty? Because I was like, I don't trust Buffalo because it's like when they're supposed to play good and kill a team, they play like absolute shit and either almost lose or lose. And I was not okay throwing Buffalo in any of my bets on that day that they played.
Oh, no. It was definitely me you were talking to. And there's some days you just know when not to bet the Bills, and it was one of those days not to bet the Bills.
Yeah, Buffalo is a 16-year-old they-them that does not know who or what they want to be. So us as bettors cannot look at it and figure out what to do because they don't know who they are. And it's very frustrating as someone who has them to win the Super Bowl, which I just keep reminding myself every time they play one of these games. It's crazy. But let's get to Christmas Eve. Starting off with the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. First things first, I want to apologize. Had no idea Taylor Heineke was going to play. We never know who the fuck's going to play quarterback. You just keep switching them every week. And if I would have known, I would have rode Atlanta. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, look, I was on the Colts too because, like I said, I just can't not take the Colts anymore because of the amount of times that they piss me off because they ruin all my bets. So I took the Colts. And then as I'm talking through the games on the podcast, I said, the problem's going to be if Atlanta unleashes their offense, and here comes Atlanta's offense out of nowhere, Taylor Heineke, and boom, game over.
Yep.
For some reason, my brain thought that Houston would win the division this week, which also had the Colts losing, but never thought about all 3 of those teams still being tied. Oh, man. Colts? The reason I say they're trash is because no Mike Pittman. I think Pittman plays a different ball game, but no Pittman equals no Baker. He did play. He didn't catch anything, but I felt like I never saw him.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. After you said C.J. Stroud, I got very curious, so I just looked at the timetable, and it says C.J. Stroud was back at practice today at limited time, and he is good. He is good to be on track to potentially return this week. So
they need him.
Still a 50-50.
They need him.
It's not going to matter.
Okay. Well, it is going to matter if these guys want to win the division. It's going to be a lot easier to do with C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, the division is still wide open because Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's 8-7.
There's no way Jacksonville loses to Carolina.
Yes, 100% Jacksonville's going to choke it. They lost 4 in a row ever since he got hurt, and they decided, you know what? Let's play him fucking 6 days later. What's the worst that can happen? We're finding out the worst that can happen.
Nope.
You keep losing.
I know this isn't the game, Dylan, but I'm just going to ask you this now. Wouldn't you rather want Jacksonville to beat Carolina so that the week after that, you can be the one to crush their playoff dreams like they did for you?
Oh yeah, no, I want them to win this week so we can beat them next week. But yeah, I want to be the ones exactly what they did last year to us.
Yeah, we did have this conversation last week, Dylan, about 100%. How you guys are going to end the season.
The Titans are about to choke this away.
Yeah, Falcons. You could have done this all year, but you keep wanting to get rid of the keys.
Yeah, let's just go into the Houston Cleveland game since we are already on Houston. 22-36 was the final. Joe motherfucking Flacco. I'm not gonna lie, I loved watching him play because every single time I tapped Tyler on the shoulder, he just threw a deep ball. Now, 9 out of the 10 of them were to Amari Cooper, but regardless, every ball was a deep ball. This man literally said it's gonna get picked or it's gonna be a touchdown. There was 3 interceptions, but there was also 3 touchdown passes.
Hey, whatever, man. They said you're going to throw me in there. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So this is what you're going to get. Joe the Pro Flacco. I love what I'm seeing from Joe Flacco and the Browns. I love it.
And then on top of that, like we mentioned, Amari Cooper, 11 receptions, 265 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns.
I'm pretty sure you got 90% of his receiving yards off like 4 or 5 catches too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nutty day.
The first play of the game was what, a 65-yard pass to him?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that just set the tone.
It did, but usually that sets the tone for the offense. No, that was setting the tone for one man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Flacco, he's been here before. He's played with a stacked defense, enough weapons, where he's just got to go out there and throw it. And now this time, back then it was, oh no, I'm playing for contracts, Flacco knows good and well. It's probably one of his last chances he gonna get. He just got to leave it all out there.
Sling it.
Just leave it all out. Throw it every time like it matters, or throw it every time like it don't. Because either way, it's meaningful football. But bro, that defense got your back, so you could play how you want to play.
Like, there was so many people.
Or not trying, he's running that offense better than Deshaun ever will.
I mean, yeah, there were so many people at home that were probably watching him going, hey, Uncle whatever, he throws just like how you did in the backyard. He just, every time, just deep, deep.
40 yards further. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think we also got to mention this, that back-to-back plays in that game, there was – well, one, let's start it with the Amari Cooper 75-yard touchdown. And then the very next play, Dameon Pierce took it to the house for a 98-yard return.
And it ended up meaning absolutely nothing.
Back-to-back plays.
There was 14 points scored in a matter of 7 seconds ticking off the clock.
But that is cool. That is pretty cool.
Like that happened in the Chiefs game too.
Yeah.
That happened a little different though.
A little different.
We will get to that.
We'll get back-to-back plays.
Yeah, we will get to that. All right, let's talk about some good news, people. For the first time in 30 years, the Lions just clinched and won the NFC North. 11-4. They said, look, we know Mullins is going to just look for Justin Jefferson, and boy, did he look for him. And that was pretty much the game plan. They probably wouldn't have liked to allow 411 yards, but when you get 4 interceptions and a forced fumble on top of it, you can't be too upset. And the Lions won the game, which is the most important thing.
Look, I said what I said when we were watching the game. I told you and I told Dad as we were watching it together. I said, when we had Calvin Johnson and we lost a bunch of football games, the same thing happened to us that's going to happen in Minnesota. Megatron would get his, Lions lose. Justin Jefferson got his, Vikings lose. I'm so okay with that.
Dude, this game,
I'm cool. I don't need Calvin Johnson anymore if it means we're the team that ends up winning the game.
I couldn't tell if I was watching the Lions and Vikings or Michigan Ohio State game. It was unfolding almost the exact same way. 30-24.
And
the final drive. Yep, the final drive. The losing
Damn near
team
the same spot,
marching
too. You're
down.
scaring
Yeah, I
me.
know.
You're kind of scaring me now. I didn't think about it this deep. It's that Hutchinson curse, bro. He did the same thing with Michigan. He did with the Lions, breaking the Ohio State curse, and then he comes and he breaks the curse of the Lions. Like, next up is a Super Bowl, right? I mean, that's the only thing he has left to do.
Dude, I was like, please. I had a feeling too. I was like, dude,
win a home playoff game first.
I was like, this is just like the Michigan Ohio State game. They're just marching down the field on the final play. We need to stop here. Like, every time we get a chance to pinch them off, they make a remarkable play and continue on their drive. And then, oh, dude, watching that ball in the air, that I felt like I aged 5 years watching that. That was so long. And then just to cut back, interception. Oh my God. I was hooting and hollering. That was so fantastic to see.
Go Lions.
Cherry on top. Lions covered.
They
Lions covered. Yes.
I love that we won. I love that we covered. I love how the game went. Gibbs looks great. Everyone looks great. My problem is Nick Mullins doesn't throw that flutter ball. We could be telling a whole different tale.
But we're not.
I hate coming down to plays like that.
Yeah, dude, they gave me flashbacks. You're like, dude,
we kept getting torched when it mattered.
Dude, we had him. We had him at like what was it, 3rd and 28 or whatever. And then we let them throw a miracle dot to Justin Jefferson literally on the first down marker. That was wow. That was
not like
all you could think of is like, oh no, please no, not like this. Not again. Come on.
Don't let Nick Mullins Aaron Rodgers us right now.
For real. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers took on the Carolina Panthers, and Carolina hung in this game all the way until the bitter end. They said, you know what, Evan, we don't really care about the
Panthers
draft.
said, screw it, we're covering today.
We just want to win today. I don't care. We got that one win, and we want another. Came in, and then the biggest highlight of the game that I need to talk about is we went into the overtime coin toss, or not the overtime coin toss, the coin toss. Sorry, my brain. And Jair Alexander, who is not a team captain, decided to go out and do the coin toss by himself because, in his words, he's from Charlotte. The game's in Charlotte. He feels he should be the one and the only one to go out and represent the Packers. Okay, he goes out there, does what the Packers didn't want to do. Packers said, we want the ball. We want the ball. Want the ball. What does Jair say? I want my defense out there. That is what I want. Of course, he's the defensive player, one of the best corners in the league. He wants his defense out there, gets back. We don't know how the coach feels about the whole situation, but then we found out today he has been personally suspended by the team for the next game while they're still making a playoff push. Just thought the whole situation was hilarious.
They're like, you blew the whole game plan before the game even started.
That's wild considering that they won it.
And they still won.
But it was too close for their comfort level. They wanted to be on defense to start the second half based on who they were playing.
You gotta trust the big dick energy. Like, come on, coach.
I just think it's funny that you're a 7-8. You're a game or two out from the playoffs. You need to make a playoff push. Your best defensive player. We need to make a point. This is the point you need to make now? You can't fucking say, hey, we're going to fine you? Like, this is what you have to do? The interview with Jair, if you haven't seen it, after when they interviewed him, the whole time, him just being so confused and unaware of him doing anything like wrong or what, it's so funny. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you watch it.
He just did what he wanted to do. Shout out to him.
Correct. Yeah. Next game, we'll go through this one really quickly because both teams are out of the playoffs. The Jets beat the Commanders. The Jets were up 28-6, almost blew the lead, recovered it at the end.
Yeah, shout out to Breece Hall. Put up 42 points on my fantasy bench. Still got the dub, but hey, that's regardless. I had to shout myself out for benching him and went crazy.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, both teams are out of the playoffs. it's kind of relevant, but I mean, this game was entertaining.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was better than a lot of the other Jets games I've seen this year.
That's true. The Jets and any over Jets
Bar's
game,
low.
that's how you know it's a good game.
Yeah.
Or they're getting blown out.
Oh, well, that's true too.
Titans, Seahawks. I was just confused why we were winning most of the game. Like, I know I had us covering, but I was like, damn, Seattle doesn't look good. And then at the very end, fourth quarter, they made a big push. DK Metcalf, touchdown with a minute left. And, I told Tyler we were fucked the second that they announced Ryan Tannehill starting the football game because it was like writings on the wall. So happy that they got a push out of it. So good job, Tennessee. Oh, by the way, Seattle won the game, 20-17.
Yeah. Hey, look, a solid cover by Tennessee. We'll take that. That's what we were looking for. So we'll take the cover. I mean, I thought they were going to win it for a second there, Dylan. But look,
they're only winning the whole game.
Seattle knows that in order to ruin the Lions season, they have to make the playoffs and come to Ford Field. That's the only way. So they have to keep winning.
Yep. Another team who, really shot themselves in the foot here. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who, like we just said before, wanted to see what the worst that could happen. I mean, boy, was it pretty obvious when the score was 27-0 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it just stayed bad. 30-12 was the final.
Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Jags, I don't know what's wrong with them. Like, I get they lost Christian Kirk. I feel like the offense should be a little more fluid. Like, I feel like ETN, Ingram, and Ridley are enough to put up more than 12
You think?
But I don't know. Maybe the Prince ain't all that mighty. His record's just about the same as Daniel Jones.
Bro, someone pulled up his numbers that are like extremely comparable to Daniel Jones, like 5 or 6 different stats, and I was concerned. I was like, that's not good. You can't be having those type of numbers similar to Daniel Jones, yet somehow people see you in a different light. I don't know, man. Maybe those numbers are catching up.
Daniel Jones is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league, so it might not be too bad.
That's because the Giants are retarded. That's
Don't
totally
forget that. He's still one of the highest paid QBs in the league.
They didn't know what to do, okay? They were like, we're screwed.
They literally play better football with Tommy DeVito. I don't even want to talk about that.
It's hilarious. Next game, once again, quickly, because both teams out of playoffs. Chicago beat Arizona 27-16. And then let's move into the last 4 o'clock game, the best out of the 4 o'clocks. The Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys. Honestly, this game could have went either way the entire game. It was very back and forth. It was a great football game. And then at the end of the day, Miami marched down to get into final territory to kick a game-winning field goal. 22-20 was the final.
Luke?
It was absolutely beautiful. I was proud. I was proud of the boys.
Yeah, it was a battle, and they kept fighting.
Sweating the whole game. Sweating the absolute whole game. But you got to trust the boys. They're thick and thin. You beat it.
Even though Miami
finally.
Even though Miami didn't put up 50 to 70 points in this game, I personally feel like this was Miami's best football game. Offensively, defensively, against a good opponent. Yeah, this was their best game of the year.
They needed to beat a team over 500 so bad.
That tends to happen when you finally beat a team with a pulse.
Also very true. Yes. Jesse, any thoughts?
Man, Cowboys. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
about it.
You may have not let a rushing touchdown get scored. You may have not, had that much rushing done on you. But, man, they did what they wanted to with your corners and safeties for a large portion of the game. you guys' defense is looking crippled. They're looking a bit weak. It's looking like the only reason you guys have such a good home record is because your goddamn 25,000 standing room only area. So, yeah, you're frauds. You're only good at home against bad teams away. Can't believe I had faith in you to beat the Dolphins at home. And, yeah,
that's pretty messed up, honestly.
Yeah, you know. I don't even think
that's actually insane. They have one road win this year and one home loss. I just did the numbers for myself. That's actually wild.
I'm not shocked.
Nope.
All right. Next game that we have is Sunday Night Football that a lot of people thought was going to be a zero.
Oh my fuck! Can I roll out first? So let me set the table for you.
No.
Jesse's got a 7-leg banger. He's like, all right, it's cash, money. All I'm waiting on is a Broncos money line. I don't even need the spread. Then the boys are up. The boys are up massive. I'm like, easy money.
The boys were not up massive. They were only up 7. They're up 7, and then it was 7-3, and then it all went.
Look,
back.
he was comfortable. Okay, he was comfortable.
Beating them. They were doing good on defense. Russ hadn't thrown an interception. He was just, they just couldn't get the yards. I was like, you know what, we're doing good. It's cool. I'm sitting comfortable because it's fucking Broncos, like against the Patriots. Like Patriots are bad. Then it all spiraled, and I was like, holy shit, Patriots are dumping the truck on these boys. Then
the third quarter hit.
Then the Broncos start making a comeback. And I'm like, oh, shit. It's back on the road. Then they're on that drive, and I'm like, get some points. And I'm like, they're going to lose this fucking game. There's no way this kicker botches 3 kicks one game. No way. What does he do? Right down the pipes. What do I do? Lose my bet. What do I do? Sit there. Broncos are trash. No riding in this country. Patriots even worse. Haley's happy to be a start.
Look, I didn't
no
understand.
riding in this country.
I didn't understand why the Patriots won this game, and then I saw somebody on Twitter remind me how much Bill Belichick just loved to beat Peyton Manning, and he said if he's going to go out, might as well go out against the team that Peyton Manning was last on, and that's why they won. And it convinced me enough, so that's why I believe they won.
That's enough for me, man.
That's what I said. I said that's enough for me. I just was looking for anything.
That's enough for me.
Broncos are ass.
I was looking for anything. And I was like, I found it.
I forgot. Dylan, remember what
What's
you
up?
said? You said that they should scrap the whole goddamn team if they lose to the Patriots. Do you still feel that way?
Yeah. I also was the guy in the beginning of the year when my expectations for the Broncos was to miss playoffs again, and boy, after the decision that was made by the head coach today, it looks like that's what's going to happen. For those of you who don't know, Russell Wilson no longer playing. There's one. Hey, I said the team. There's one. It starts with him. Then they start one by one. Oh, why'd he leave? Well, where'd he go? He didn't resign. Oh.
Yeah.
Broncos country, we died. That's it. Then we just look around and go, shit. Let's get into Christmas football. We got 3 games, starting off with the most entertaining game. Not the product on the field. I'm talking about the broadcast. Because there was a Christmas game. It was on Nickelodeon. It was amazing. We have a clip on Instagram of part of that game. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out already. It's hilarious. But Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders, and the Las Vegas Raiders defense, if they could have, they would have won the MVP. Scoop and score, pick 6, had Mahomes' number from the jump.
Yeah, dude. I mean, first of all, shout out to Nickelodeon. That broadcast was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there is the clip when they picked up Andy Reid, hilarious. But shout out to Monday night. Shout out to Monday afternoon. The day of the dogs, baby. Like Dylan said, the Raiders defense probably could have won this game by themselves. They scored more points than Kansas City. So they could have won this game by themselves. But with that being said, shout out to the Raiders covering the spread. Start of the dog Monday Christmas event of football. I mean, it was the day of the dogs.
Pod,
Yeah.
baby.
Perfect triple D
Pod,
spot.
baby.
Shout out to the Raiders. And we shout out the Raiders because the Raiders have made what was looking like such an uninteresting AFC division low-key look a little fun. Like, they started off trash, fired the head coach. Fired their head coach, got an interim head coach, and now all of a sudden, with a couple good games and some luck, they could turn around the season and win a division.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna lose, but it can. It can happen.
Yeah, they win 2, the Chiefs lose 2, and they're division champions. If the right things happen as well. I agree, 100%. Second game, along with the dogs. This was not a dog winner, but it was a dog cover. But it wasn't even with my boy. I can't even sit here and be all happy about it because Tommy DeVito got benched. And then the Giants came out and said, let's go play some goddamn good football with Tyrod Taylor. And I was sad. I was watching the whole time just thinking of all the people in New York that were asking for DeVito merch watching this game. Like, what the hell?
It's because he's a bum football player. Get him out of here.
Okay. Here we go. Just like CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Oh, you watch your language.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Even me as a Michigan fan won't even allow you to compare that man and put him in the same conversation as CJ Stroud.
I'm saying after you gave that take, your quarterback credibility went way down to me.
That was a wild take. I understand you hate Ohio State. Maybe it was just a crazy day. I don't know.
But he still feels that way.
For your quarterback opinions is sinking down to the bottom with this DeVito talk.
Look, Tommy DeVito's
Did I say he was the best quarterback in the league or anything? No, I just said it made me sad. It made me sad because I like him. I like the whole swagger. I like it all. But he had to do all that from the bench. And then on top of it, him and his agent aren't on good terms. They're not talking. He was supposed to go to a bar appearance. They made him charge $20,000 when it was only supposed to be $10,000. Now there's just too much too much drama going on with the DeVitos, okay? I feel like I'm keeping up with the Kardashians. I'm keeping up with the DeVitos.
You are.
If I remember that story correctly,
you're making.
If I remember that story correctly, he ended up going to the bar for free because they couldn't.
He did.
No, he did, but his agent got in hot water, and now he has a whole new marketing and PR team to look after and make sure his agent isn't stupid.
Well, his agent went a little crazy the first couple.
His agent was being a little too.
He didn't know what to do.
A little too
He got excited. He didn't think this was gonna happen.
No, he was not ready for this.
Gaining too much traction, boys. Gaining too much traction. Ride it till the wheels fall off.
All DeVito did was screw them out of getting an actual quarterback in the next upcoming draft.
Hey, gotta secure your
That might actually
be
true. I might actually really agree with you because they might actually look at this whole DeVito thing and be like, we don't need to draft a QB. We're fine. And then pass up on, I think there's 7 or 8 quarterbacks in this draft class, deep quarterback draft class, and then be in a position where they're fucked. I can see
Look,
that.
if he was sabotaging their draft by winning games on purpose to secure his spot on the roster, I can't blame the man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go into business for yourself.
He's not that.
Securing himself a spot on the roster.
Go into business for yourself. Final game of the slate, Monday night, Christmas night. The Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. First play of the game started with Lamar Jackson getting safetied by the referee. And if you're sitting there, you're probably like, shit. It's probably a tone setter here. Here we go. There's going to be another San Francisco blowout. And then Baltimore came back on the field and turned everything around. Their defense stood one of the best games they've had all year defensively, especially against this offense. Healthy. Second half, they started dropping, but first half, they were healthy. And then pulled out the win 33-19, being the final score. And after this game, Lamar has passed Brock Purdy and is the favorite for MVP.
Yup. Look, some guy online, if you didn't see it, sold his ticket that he had for Brock Purdy for MVP for $125,000 online on a website where you can buy someone else's like ticket. And they transfer it to you, and then like if the ticket cashes, you get the money instead. Buddy sold his ticket for $125K, and now it's not even probably gonna hit. So shout out to that guy. But look, I said the Ravens were a Super Bowl team. If you're a Super Bowl team, you probably have the MVP.
Yeah, you got a very good point there.
Yeah.
Normally when we're in the – how many times are we watching the NFL awards and they name the MVP and he actually's there? Never.
No.
Because he's always in the Super Bowl.
Not saying that Brock Purdy and the Niners won't be in the playoffs, but –
No, but I agree with what you're saying. Like, the better they're doing and, like, Lamar and the MVP, the higher I look at them like, yeah, they should be in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So, we'll see. Before
No.
Yes. What do you mean no? It's not two bad teams. We got a team in playoff contention and we got another team trying to fuck them. We got a team trying to get the 1 seed.
Whoa.
Trying to get the 1 seed. Jesse.
Whoa. W-O-A-H.
They can get the 1 seed. It's possible.
Dylan, open your ears. You have headphones in now. How can you not listen?
You said whoa like 4 times. Then you spelled it. I heard it all.
Yeah, why do you keep saying no?
What is it?
You didn't let me pick on the Ravens. I didn't say
you want to go back.
He's talking,
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused. Go ahead. Sorry. My bad.
That's what was going on. Well,
Had to let that one work itself out.
whole year.
I thought he was saying don't talk about the game. My bad.
Everybody want to talk about Lamar came though. Lamar ain't doing this. Lamar ain't doing that. Shut the fuck up. That boy stay poised in the pocket. He just fuck you. Look,
He did not.
He moves with the to extend every play. He's not even trying to run like that. He ain't even using his legs for real, and he mopping these leaves.
I did not just do that, dude.
Yeah, I did do that, and I could have went longer, but I said I won't do that. I won't do that.
Talking about Lamar Jackson ain't this, Lamar Jackson ain't that. Shut the fuck up.
No,
Another motherfucker talking sweet on Lamar Jackson. I'm beating their ass.
He's in a barber shop talking about Lamar can't throw here. Lamar can't throw deep. The fuck up.
Talking about Lamar can only run.
Y'all ain't see him out there in Louisville, busting everybody's ass, throwing them deep balls, running through who he wanted to. Y'all don't know him.
You can just break everyone's name. You can just that.
MVP, Super Bowl winner, 2024, when he plays the 49ers and beats them twice because the 49ers can't win the Super Bowl because they already lost to the Minnesota Vikings, and the team has never lost to the Minnesota Vikings and won a Super Bowl in the same year.
He can just run around everyone except for the refs.
All right, now let's go to third.
This topic needs to change.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off. I'm just keep talking shit. Somebody get the mic away from me, please.
Yes, you got more to say? Hold on.
I got more to say? Yeah, I can say it. Zay Flowers should have drafted Flowers. Any of you stupid teams that thought he wasn't right, except us, because you know we're smart. We did what we did. We did before that junior gives. We're fine. But everybody else, fools. He's like,
yeah, Zay, honestly, bro, keep sleeping on him. Hey, Jesse, when you needed him most and he put up that 1.5 against Devin, that's clutch.
Hey, they won, didn't they? He didn't need to be a factor.
I know, but like, I can't believe you were hyping him up after that man did what he did to you for 2 weeks in a row.
My whole team flaked.
Yeah,
but
he wasn't alone.
Most important spot of the season.
He wasn't alone. Hey, and if I would have made it another round, he gave me 22. He was like, "Hey, bro, my bad. I forgot it was a 1 week thing. Y'all usually do 2. My bad." Can't be mad at the playoff format.
He forgot.
Forgot it was a 1 week thing. Lamar forgot too. He was like, "Damn, man, should have thrown it to Baltimore. My bad."
All right, and that is all we have for the NFL. So next up, we have. Let's try this one more time. Will it work? The best bets. Yes. I'm seeing the screen. And I'm not seeing the screen changing. This is extremely disappointing for one reason and one reason only. And you'd only know it if you have the Sharps app. But if you have the Sharps app, you already know. If you don't, I'm sorry. However, I'll just read it off because I have it. Best bets recap. First, here we go. I'll just put myself on the screen. First up, we have Matt Garcia, first touchdown parlay. Took New York Jets and Miami Dolphins. Raheem Mostert for the first touchdown and Kyron Williams for the first touchdown in the Los Angeles Commanders game. Put $5 on that to make $118. So shout out to Matt Garcia on that one. 5 into 118. Also, Matt Garcia taking the Dolphins on the money line. And then David Montgomery and Justin Jefferson both to get a touchdown as well. That hit as well. Next up, we have the bet that I was talking about where if you have Sharps, you already know what I'm talking about. If you don't have Sharps, you don't know what I'm talking about. So get Sharps. So here it is. I can't even say his first name. Chigazium Okonkwo over 1 touchdown or over half a touchdown. Justin Watson over half a touchdown. Latavian Wicks over half a touchdown. Justin Jefferson over half a touchdown. What does that equal? That's a 4 touchdown parlay. What happens when you put $20 on that and your name is Chalky Billups and you're on the Sharps app? You win $3,463. So shout out to Chalky Billups for that banger. Absolutely crazy. You can see his reaction here. So I'll play it for you.
There it is, Watson. There it is, baby. $20 to $3,000. Come on, baby. I fucking love you. Buying a Justin Watson jersey. Let's go. Christmas miracle. Yes.
Nothing like Christmas miracle. Also cashing Dan Campbell as well with the Lions and winning the NFC North. Put 150 on that. Cash 217. And also put 100 on the game on the spread and cash that. So hell of a day. Next up, we have Mush Parker betting on Northern Illinois Huskies, parlaying that with the Northwestern Wildcats and the Air Force Falcons on some men's college basketball. Hit that parlay at plus 1230. Shout out to him on that one. Mush also took the Baltimore Ravens on the spread last night. Smart man. I had him on the spread and on the money line. Make sure you guys download the Sharps app so you get all these picks. We also have Wayne Pua taking the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was absolutely seeing the board that day. Shout out to Wayne on that one. And next week, I promise I'll get it fixed and I will show you all the best bets. But this week, we're just having some technical difficulties with it. Not sure why it's not working, but we'll get that fixed for you guys. Coming up next, we have Downtown Cash and Puck Luck picks. Make sure you guys download the Sharps app. Post your picks. Fade my picks. Fade Jesse's picks. I don't care what you do. I'll fade half of Jesse's picks most of the time. Sorry, Jesse. I'm just kind of ripping your picks now. I'm talking about Downtown Cash because that's what we're coming up next into. Sorry. But yay, you went 2-1. You went 2-1 last pod.
What did I say last pod? What did I tell you? I told you it's the comeback just like the Grizzlies.
Stop it. Download the Sharps app.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
I don't like the way the flow of these basketball picks are going. Because back-to-back games, it is going to be split 2-2.
You know, I'm going to take John and them boys.
Fuck Dylan for taking my pick because I was going to take the Bulls because now, give me the Nets.
Fuck me, we all said Bulls.
You started it.
Well, I didn't say that.
I was saying under my breath, take the Nets, take the Nets, take the Nets. I want the Bulls. Give me the Bulls. And you took the Bulls. So I'm like, fuck this fucking guy. Who does this guy think he is?
Okay. I decided to take a little play out of Luke's book and do one game from each day because they have spreads out for today and tomorrow. So, first game that we have is the Phoenix Suns going to Houston to take on the Rockets. Suns are 14-15. Rockets are 15-13. And the spread moved from 3 to 3.5 points. Suns being the favorite.
Give me the 3.5. Rockets. All of them.
Boom, boom, boom.
3.5 Suns.
Oh, God. 3.5 Suns.
Oh.
I'll take the Suns.
Okay, I'm going to take Rockets money line. So we got a little 2-2 action.
Mm-hmm.
Game number 2. We have Jesse's Memphis Grizzlies. 4-0 with Ja Morant. And they have their biggest test yet, going to Denver to take on Jokic and the Nuggets. -6 points for the Nuggets is the spread.
Ja to try a dunk over Jokic plus 250.
To make it -120 because it's happening.
What's the spread?
-6 for Denver.
They are playing some good basketball. Give me Denver. I can't.
I'm going to take the Memphis +6. I think they're going to hang in there.
I don't blame you.
There you go.
So it was 6.5 or 6?
Just 6, yeah.
Late 6. No halves here.
Oh, that's bitch made. Give me Grizzles.
All right. Next game, final game, Friday at 7 o'clock. We have the New York Knicks going to take on the So, you know what my pick is. I am taking the Magic at home. Give me Orlando.
You guys want to just agree with me in unison to just fade the Magic because he did that?
Never do that again.
Yeah.
I think I have. Yeah, I'm fading the Magic.
Who are they even playing?
I don't even fucking care. They could be playing the Pistons for all I care.
I'm writing in my pick, not Magic.
Yeah.
Get this guy out of here.
Come on. Somebody ride with me. Jesse.
You think I'm gonna hop on a team?
You whistling him over?
Dylan, because of your little Magic show, I don't even know who they're playing.
It's the Knicks and the Magic.
Give me the Knicks.
You put this for excuse of a basketball game here. I don't care about the records. I don't care how they look. I hate both these teams.
Orlando's in 3rd place. Orlando? Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah,
Orlando,
there's personal beef though.
Orlando is currently 18-11.
Under.
Boring basketball game. Trash.
Haterade.
Oh yeah, I'm sipping it. I can't even lie. It's filling up my cup. My bad, but fucking both.
After I just rode the Grizzlies with you, god damn it.
Hey,
Ooh, who do you got?
just because you got this new fantasy with the Magic ain't got nothing to do
Not
with
the
me.
Magic.
You're damn right.
This is what I want, because the Magic are playing amazing basketball, so if you guys all fade me, it's an easy win for me and an easy loss for you guys. So.
You?
Sure, call it what you want.
I should just do this every time with some team that I don't want you guys to pick, who I think is going to win, and then
So you're gonna
keep
keep
taking
the
my
fuck.
3-1s.
Hammer.
But that is downtown cash.
I can't wait till Dylan can gamble and all of his bets are the teams he likes and hates.
No, I won't be a Luke.
Oh, that is not what Luke does. You think his
Yeah,
favorite?
what?
You think his favorite horse was Betsy? Nah.
Betsy?
What?
Do you think his do you really think that his favorite camel was camel number 8?
I don't even know what these mean.
Exactly. Wake
Exactly.
It means
I think that you want me to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Last time I
It's the room. Between the legs. 13:57 in the third.
Yeah.
Speaking of Connor,
Heads capital, tails
Get to the
capital.
guap with some must. Speak on the top of my brother's
Hail.
blood. None of these niggas can trust. We cannot question, you know what it was. But what you doing for us? These niggas matches I'm putting in work. Like I speak fluent in Russian. Did you catch that?
Now I got that song stuck in my head.
Well. A little recap. I went 2-1. Tyler and Dylan went 0-3.
Yeah.
And Jesse
It's all
went
Tyler's fault.
1-2.
Oh, sure. It's not my fault.
Panthers beat the Knights. Wild beat the Bruins. The under hit in the Red Wings and New Jersey game, and New Jersey won that game. So it was just
Thanks a lot, Ty.
A third
Wow.
one. Was just all around.
What did I do?
I don't want to take accountability because I keep losing.
Well,
Maybe you're all the accountability.
Dylan's,
I don't want to.
Dylan's back to sub 40%.
Yep.
And Tyler brought me there.
I did not bring you there.
Don't ride
Nice.
my picks.
You put yourself there.
All right,
All
Dylan,
right.
you can go first so that.
Yeah, Dylan, you go first. If
All
I
right,
ride
all right.
you, it's your fault.
All right, Tyler goes first. Sounds good. No, I mean, I'll go first. Jesus, I'm an idiot. My God.
Keep up.
Shit. Let's go back here.
Dylan, you're the
For
embodiment.
game number 1, we have the Florida Panthers heading just across the street because they're playing the Lightning. We have the Battle of Florida Wednesday at 7. I didn't expect this to take so long to get to the pick, so that's why I had this game. Last time I checked, it was still 0-0. But anywho, Panthers are 9-7-2 on the road.
Florida.
Oh, it's 1-0 Florida.
They're already winning.
And the Tampa, the Lightning are 10-3-3. The over/under 6.5. Battle Florida.
Luke,
First
it's
matchup.
already live. Doesn't matter. Tampa Bay comeback.
Yeah.
Over.
No, I'm gonna say nobody else
Wow.
scores. Give me Florida 1-0 victory.
Florida.
That's the game right here.
So Dylan loses his pick as soon as someone scores.
No, I'm taking Florida.
Dylan could lose his pick before the pod's over.
I'm taking Florida. I got Florida. That's my pick.
All right. Game number
And
2.
I'm taking the Lightning. I'm taking the comeback too. Come on. You know, I wish this typing in these boxes weren't so glitchy and I could actually type a word without it skipping back into the middle of the word and start typing the rest of the fucking shit. Jesus Christ.
Okay, we could always, do that later and, do the podcast now.
I don't know about that. Anywho,
what I
game
did.
number 2. Well, never. I don't care. Game number 2, the LA Kings are headed over to Vegas to hit the casino because they're playing the Knights Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern. The Kings are 13-1-1 on the road, and the Knights are 12-3-2 at home. The over/under is 6.5. It's a division matchup. Last matchup of the season. They're both 1-1 against each other.
Okay.
Give me the under. I think it'll be a competitive game, and I think that because of that, they're going under 6.5.
Give me the Knights winning this series.
Vegas has lost 5 out of their last 6, so I'm gonna take the Kings.
I am taking the Kings as well. They just stay dominant on the road. Too bad they can't take that same energy into their own arena for some odd reason. But, dominant as ever on the road.
They don't like playing hockey in LA.
They'd rather go hit the casinos and play hockey. Game number 3.
Do it,
Friday,
please.
10 p.m. Last matchup of the year again. A lot of teams are closing out their matchups at this time of the year right now. Western Conference matchup. The Arizona Coyotes.
I'm done. I'm actually
headed
done.
to
There's no
Anaheim
way.
to play the Ducks. The Yotes are 6-9-2 on the road, and the Ducks are 5-12-0 at home.
You just rattled Dylan's brain having a Lightning and Yotes.
Because he just told me I don't just bet on my team and then put both of them in here, and he's going to ride both of them.
Hey, making these picks and actually making all of my bets on the sports
There's
books
so many good games. Why?
are
Arizona.
completely different. I may bet on these picks too, but I also make a lot of parlays.
Washington and the Islanders is a good game. Florida and New York is a good game. Detroit and Nashville is a good game. Why is it always Arizona? I can't escape these
Do
guys.
you need a tissue?
Yes, because it's every week.
I mean,
it really
wow.
has.
All right. I mean, couldn't even understand what he's saying because it was so
Sorry,
loud
there's
in my
more
ear.
teams than Arizona is what I said. I forgot I can't yell. There's more teams than
How
Arizona.
about December 29th, Friday, is Dylan's birthday, so we switch it to the Detroit-Nashville game because we'll be there, and it's Dylan's birthday. And I ride the river.
I'm riding the Preds because of it. Happy birthday, bitch.
Dylan? You're undefeated
actually,
at games you've attended.
I mean, you know how I roll, Ty. Once we win, we don't lose. So yeah, 5-0, make 6-0 when I go. Yeah, wings. Duh.
Jesse?
Wings victory.
Tyler, make a big bet because you're gonna cash.
Well, okay. I guess I might have to. All right, those are Puck Luck picks.
Yes, sir. Anybody else have anything else before we close it out?
G. Wilkers, Dill. I got nothing.
I have Joe Flacco over 230 yards. David Njoku touchdown.
Oh, so we can talk about this game. Okay.
Over 50 in the yard.
I wanted to talk about this game.
You never said not to.
Well, I did, and then I got cut off, and then Tyler moved on past it, so I thought we were just ignoring it. Okay.
That's
all right.
You're welcome.
One more time, Jesse.
On the Sharps app, you should be able to see it. It will be David Njoku touchdown. Joe Flacco over 230 yards. Amari Cooper over 58.5 receiving yards. Feeling spicy. They keep moving the spreads on one touch.
Yeah, over under 35, and the spread is sitting at -7.5 for Cleveland. In a rainy game.
With Njoku. It's a steal.
So I'm going to take the under.
Do it.
I mean, it's the lowest under of the week. What did you think I was going to do?
Do it.
It is the lowest under of the week, even though it's Thursday night. It's going to be a rainy game, and I think that this isn't going to be a – actually, I think if this does turn into the Joe Flacco we saw last week, it's going to be more picks than touchdowns. But that's just my opinion.
These unders that keep – they should be unders, keep turning into overs the last couple weeks. So I think we got to get back on track here. Taking another under.
Yes, Tyler. I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was either. Look, what do you got?
I'm looking at the game's odds.
Odds are it's going to be boring.
Odds are the Cleveland
Minus
Browns are going
100.
to blow out the New York Jets. So give me that -7.5.
Do you want it with a side of ranch? Blue cheese? Carrots? Celery?
Just stop.
Howdy, folks. I can't wait to put the Yotes into the next Puck Luck picks.
Might as well keep the streak going. We started from first time. Might as well. Actually, the streak ended. No, it has to end now because we took them out.
They weren't in it last week. They weren't the only time. The last couple times.
No, they're not in it when you sleep.
Who picked the games Saturday? I think I did.
And then you come in and then you say, "Did you pick the same games?" And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
So last time they weren't in, the time before that they weren't in. The last time they were in was in that 14 or 13 game banger we did, and they weren't in it before that one. You need to pay attention.
Thank you for watching Sharp Sports Podcast. We appreciate you guys. If you want to check us out on Instagram, that is over on Sharps Network. If you want to check us over on Twitter, @Sharps Network. We appreciate you. Also, the YouTube, Sharps Network, Twitch, Sharps Network. You will see actually probably all three of the boys this Saturday. Maybe Luke will make an appearance. We'll find out. Peace.